And now you're convincing poker players to give a little something back?
Yeah.
Is that hard? Is that hard to do? Are poker players usually capitalists and conservative and not the ones that are up for charity?
Yes and no. We're definitely, our whole game is sort of around beating people who aren't as good at something as us, and so there's
bullies.
A little bit. There's competitiveness. There's this drive to capitalize on other people's weaknesses, and obviously then it's all tied in with money as well. But at the same time, it's very hard to be. It's not a classical job. It's perhaps a little different to say finance, where someone goes to university. That's sort of following the classic sort of, this is how society has always worked, and you go into this 9 to 5, and you have your children and so on. And poker players shy away from that very much. They hate commitment. They hate routine for the most part, and they want to be sort of the outliers of society a little bit. A lot of people are attracted to it because of that. So it's hard to be classically conservative. So it's this. It's like a liberal capitalism, I guess, in some way.
Okay. And are they feeling this charity? Is this going to happen? Is this, you're going forward with this?
Yeah. So, well, to explain a little bit what it is. So it's a fundraising organization built upon effective altruism. And I don't know how familiar you are with that.
No, tell me about it. What is it?
So effective altruism is basically the using science, evidence, and reason to determine which are the most effective ways of reducing suffering in the world.
Okay. So Bill Gates comes to mind. Does he use that for his foundation?
Yes. So he's very analytical, and he has his foundation, and so he sort of does means testing. He looks at sort of all the problems in the world, and it's like, well, this one's really big. This one's really big. Generally speaking, the bigger the problem, the more potential there is to help. The more suffering there is to be reduced, and so on. And then it's a case of sort of using a lot of trial and error, because that's the thing. A lot of charities, they aren't even particularly like their effectiveness is very rarely measured. They just go, this is a problem, this is a bad thing. There are blind people without blind dogs. It sucks. Yeah, you're right. It's a horrible thing, and we can provide blind dogs, guide dogs for them, and that will help them. Yes, it will. But I'm not saying particularly that guide dogs are not effective at doing a great job of increasing someone's life, but people often will give emotionally because they're like, well, I knew a blind person that didn't have a blind dog, and so on. But the fact of the matter is that it's, I think, about $50,000 to train a guide dog for its life, to help someone, let's say, 9 years of life. Conversely, if you took that $50,000 and gave it to the Against Malaria Foundation, that's going to save it's about $3,000 on average to save a life. And so you're going to actually save a significant number of lives that will not be saved if you don't put that money there. So the point is that some charities are just so much more effective in reducing suffering than others. And there fortunately are groups of scientists, basically. There's charity evaluators like GiveWell, animal charity evaluators for looking at animal suffering charities. And they give a list of recommended charities that are highly effective and means tested. And they know that basically $1 donated there will reduce X number of, improve X number of lives or whatever. Whereas most charities don't have that kind of feedback and that measurability.
Okay, and so yours does.
Yes. So yeah, our charity in itself is actually just it's a fundraising organization. Is the best way to describe it. And so we encourage poker players. The model is we encourage them to give 2% of their gross quarterly winnings to a charity. They can either choose out of the list, or they'll just say no. Distribute it however you think is which ones need it the most right now.
Okay. Is it working? Are you giving your money?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so most of my money that I've donated were to actually start up the project, because obviously to create an organization to then promote this idea to poker players cost money. But yeah, I've also given to some of the charities through it as well.
Okay.
And we've raised about $800,000 so far.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And do poker players, they know you personally? Do you go to them and you say, look, this is the deal, that's why we're doing it? Are most of them buying in, or what's been the reaction?
So the reaction's been overwhelmingly positive.
Has Dan Bilzerian put his money in?
No, but I've got to meet him. He's got to
Yeah.
come to a poker tournament first. So to have that conversation.
The gauntlet
Who
is
knows?
thrown. To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonrealacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media login and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonrealacademy.com. So click on the link below. You'll be directed there and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.